By the end of the 20s, with Pepsi down and almost out, Coca-Cola produced its most remarkable advertising campaign. It invented Santa Claus. That is, it converted the legend of St. Nicholas to the modern image of Father Christmas, a jolly white-bearded character dressed in the colors of the Coca-Cola Company. From now on, Santa was the real thing. In 1929, Wall Street crashed, but not Coca-Cola, whose profits were to double by 1940. By contrast, Pepsi was struggling to survive. Ironically, the Depression was to change that. During the Depression, Coca-Cola was known as the living room drink, whereas Pepsi's place was in the kitchen. Pepsi fostered its image as the drink of the working man who longed to work, of the little guy down on his luck. Its slogan was, "Twice as much for a nickel too," which meant that you got twice as much as Coca-Cola for the same price.
I ain't got no home, I'm just a roaming round. Just a wandering worker, I go from town to town. And the police make it hard wherever I may go. And I ain't got no home in this world anymore.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
The war was now on. During the 30s, Coke sent its undercover agents, called soda spooks, on a series of raids to discover if Pepsi was being served to customers who had ordered the real thing.
My brothers and my sisters are stranded on this road, a hot and dusty road that 1,000,000 feet have trod. Rich man took my home and drove me from my door, and I ain't got no home in this world anymore.
In 1939, Coke sued Pepsi in Canada over the use of the word cola, and lost. Coke appealed to the Privy Council. "That was one hell of a dirty trick," said Pepsi's president, who hired as their lawyer the presidential candidate, Wendell Willkie, and had him flown to England in an Air Force bomber. And Pepsi won, but only because, it was whispered, Britain did not want to strain its wartime ties with the Empire. This was the world's first singing commercial. Introduced by Pepsi in 1939, it became one of the best-known tunes in America.
Nickel, nickel, to do la la la, nickel, nickel, to do la la da. Pepsi Cola hits a spot, 12 full ounces, that's a lot. Twice as much, just a nickel too. Pepsi Cola is a drink for you. Nickel, 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 Pepsi Cola is a drink for you.
When World War II began for America at Pearl Harbor,